What if Earth transformed into something it was never meant to be? A celestial chimera, half Earth, half Pluto. What would this even look like? Would the laws of physics accommodate such an anomaly? Or would our planet fracture under the contradiction? Pluto is a dwarf planet, smaller than our moon, composed mostly of ice and rock, orbiting far out in the Kuiper Belt. Its surface is a frigid landscape with temperatures nearing 240 degrees C. A fusion of Earth and Pluto would not just alter geography, it would twist time, climate, and gravity beyond recognition. On the Plutonian side, structures might have to shrink due to the lower gravity and temperature extremes. Life as we know it would struggle to exist. Architecture would need to be miniature, resilient, and highly insulated. Oxygen? Scarce. Atmosphere? Nearly non-existent. The chaos doesn't end there. 1 year on Pluto equals 248 Earth years. If time on one hemisphere moved differently due to this transformation, human life would face an existential riddle. Would a person age differently depending on which half of the planet they stood? It would disrupt calendars, circadian rhythms, even human psychology. If birthdays only came every 2.5 centuries, would we even bother celebrating? Now imagine if instead of altering Earth, humanity fled to Saturn, a gas giant with no solid surface. This planet, composed mostly of hydrogen and helium, is stunning with its massive ring system and over 100 moons. But try living there. There is no land to build upon, only vast, swirling clouds and intense storms. With no surface to stand on, humans would have to live in floating habitats, constantly buffeted by atmospheric currents and radiation. The mesmerizing rings, composed of ice and rock, could become deadly obstacles for satellites and spacecraft, posing constant risk of collisions. And yet, Saturn's moons offer some hope. Titan, with its thick atmosphere and methane lakes, is often considered a potential candidate for colonization. Still, it's colder than Antarctica and bathed in distant sunlight. Could we terraform it? Maybe. But it would take centuries, maybe millennia, of sustained engineering. Then there's Mars, every sci-fi writer's favorite second home. Moving to Mars might seem like a step toward adventure, but its surface is brutal. Dust storms the size of continents rage for weeks. The thin carbon dioxide-rich atmosphere offers no protection from radiation. Temperatures fluctuate wildly, and liquid water is rare. Humans might survive in domed habitats, but forget about walking your dog, unless it's wearing a spacesuit. The real Martian treasure isn't gold, but knowledge. Red rocks, meteorite scars, and ancient riverbeds whisper secrets about a time when Mars may have looked more like Earth. What if the sun, our cosmic hearth, suddenly lost all its heat? That's not just the end of warmth, it's the unraveling of the entire solar system. Without nuclear fusion in its core, the sun would become a frozen husk. Earth would plunge into eternal night, temperatures falling below 100 degrees C. Every living organism dependent on photosynthesis would perish. We might attempt to light bonfires, create underground cities, or generate energy through nuclear reactors, but none could match the omnipresent life-giving force of the sun. Alternatively, what if the sun exploded? A supernova-level event from a star like ours is scientifically impossible. It lacks the mass. But let's suspend disbelief. An explosion would tear through the solar system at unimaginable speeds. Planets like Mercury and Venus would be vaporized instantly. Earth wouldn't be far behind. The remaining fragments of our system might drift aimlessly through the galaxy. Could we survive in spacecraft? Could a new sun ever replace the old one? Some theorists suggest we could migrate to other systems, but that requires technology we don't yet possess. Back to a less apocalyptic but still dramatic idea. What if Earth gained Saturn's rings? A shimmering halo of icy particles encircling our planet would be beautiful, but dangerous. These rings could interfere with satellites, GPS systems, and orbital traffic. They might cast strange shadows, affecting weather patterns and animal migration. The moon might collide with the rings, or even be torn apart by tidal forces. And yet, imagine the view. A golden arc spanning the sky at dawn and dusk, a visual reminder of our place in the cosmos. What about the inner planets? Venus is the hottest in the solar system, with a runaway greenhouse effect that makes it hotter than Mercury, despite being farther from the Sun. The surface is toxic, with clouds of sulfuric acid and pressure strong enough to crush a submarine. Colonizing Venus would be madness on the ground. But above, in the cooler upper atmosphere, there's talk of floating cities. Could we live in Venusian clouds, supported by balloons, mining its rich carbon dioxide for fuel? Mercury, the smallest planet and closest to the Sun, is a world of extremes. Daytime temperatures soar, and nights are unimaginably cold. With no atmosphere to protect it, radiation levels are lethal. Its cratered surface offers little shelter, and without a moon, its sky remains eerily still. Settling here would mean carving homes inside craters, perhaps building subterranean cities shielded from solar flares. Then there's the thought experiment of Earth becoming half Jupiter, half terrestrial rock, half swirling hydrogen. Jupiter's great red spot, a centuries-old storm larger than Earth, might spawn chaos on our hybrid planet. The gas half would be uninhabitable, with violent storms and crushing pressure. Its gravitational pull could disturb nearby celestial bodies. Jupiter's many moons might crash into Earth or cloak the sky with constant eclipses. On the gas side, humans would need to float or fly perpetually. Walking wouldn't be an option. If Earth and Mars collided, the outcome would be catastrophic. Mars, at half Earth's size, would likely shatter, its debris raining across the solar system. Earth would suffer tectonic disruption, atmospheric loss, perhaps even tilt on its axis. The two planets might fuse, forming a chaotic new world. Gravity would shift. Oceans would slosh over continents. Climate would destabilize for millennia. Lastly, what if we lived on the moon? It's not as far-fetched as it once seemed. The moon lacks atmosphere, weather, and magnetic protection, but it's close, just 3 days away. Colonizing it would require advanced infrastructure, underground bases, and constant resupply missions. Earth would lose its cosmic pedestal as humanity's only home. The moon, once a silent companion, would become a noisy, populated orb, perhaps even overwhelmed by waste and light pollution. The cosmos is a puzzle box of possibilities. Each idea, whether whimsical, terrifying, or awe-inspiring, challenges our understanding of science, existence, and what it means to call a place home. These what-ifs aren't just fantasy. They're a spark, a signal, a starting point for dreaming bigger than the sky.